Hello, hello, hello. What is good, everyone? Just gonna make sure you guys can hear the audio. It seems like you can't hear the audio. Um, I just realized that. My apologies. Um, Let me see if I can fix that. I don't know what's going on fully. Um, maybe this will fix it? Oh, okay. All right, that should be good now. All right, cool. Um, if we could get a message real quick, if the audio is good or not, that'd be greatly appreciated. And then we will get moving. Don't want to start the stream if there's audio issues or whatever, you know. It seems like it's good. I'm seeing it on my end, and I can hear. Well, obviously I could hear it the whole time, but just want to make sure everything is good before we lock in on what I can only assume it's going to be a phenomenal chapter. So let's see. Sounds fine. Can you hear the audio, like the music in the background? That was what I realized wasn't playing during the intro. For some reason, it was set up to another, I guess interface would be the word for it. Just want to make sure. The shouts to everyone here already. We are minutes in and we've already gotten over 10 viewers. And to be fair, I do expect this chapter to be an absolute masterclass. So I appreciate you all for stopping in, of course. Greatly appreciated. Let's see. We hear? Awesome. Awesome. Now, I'm not certain if people saw it on my community post. I made my first community post in quite a bit, and I said big announcement for today. Big announcement. And you will see the big announcement in 3, 2, 1. Boom. What is this? Bizarro World? Who is this guy? So, as you can see, after many years of the channel and having my hair be longer all the way down to my back, we are free from the shackles. The hair is gone. The hair is gone. This is genuinely the shortest I've had my hair in like at least like 7 years, at least. Because I did a hair donation. I got 4 major sections of my hair being donated for wigs for kids. So I'm very happy that I was able to finally get that done. I wanted to do it literally in like 2020-ish because my hair grew at that point for like, I don't know, 3 years, around there. But unfortunately, it wasn't taking the donations at the time. But now the hair is short. Bizarro World. It took me 2 days, because this is my now second day post haircut, to actually like the haircut somewhat. So it's a struggle, but you know, we move. Maybe I'll have my hair to the length of my channel icon again. That would be bizarre. I think the goal is to get it to be like Robert Pattinson in the Batman. That's kind of my goal right now. I think I could pull it off. You know, I do give that like emaciated white guy with black hair vibes. It's possible. And I also switched my what's it called? Headphones. You know, usually you see me with the oh, they're literally right here. The like black ones that go over my hair and stuff like that. But I was like, you know what? Let's let it breathe for a while. So I'm gonna be using these like AirPod kind of headphones, at least for a bit. because it lets the hair breathe. I don't want the helmet head, or not the helmet head, the indent or whatever. I think that would be rough. That would be pretty rough. But we're here. Let's talk. Let's talk, all right? So I am very, very grateful to know absolutely nothing about this chapter, but obviously from the last chapter, the cliffhanger was insane. So we're either going to get Imu is here. Imu could just be here. Not literally, but possessing Gunko is a big deal. This is obviously a massive deal because I don't know what that's going to mean. Imu is going to talk that talk again, and Imu's going to show some crazy abilities, and I'm excited for that. Or another equally as good option is that we go to Marijois. We see what's happening on Marijois. Apparently it's on fire right now. And who's my man who has fire abilities? Well, at least abilities that can beat fire. It's a Kainu. And so it's either going to be we see a Kainu doing something absolutely insane, or we see Imu. You know, both these are phenomenal options in my point of view. So I'm very, very excited with what's to come from here. But for me personally, I'm leaning more towards Imu here right now because, you know, whenever this guy shows up, every time it's a masterpiece chapter. This dude is the puppeteer of the One Piece world. We thought Doflamingo was the puppeteer. Nah, it's this guy. It's this guy right here. So what exactly is going to go down? I don't know. I'm very excited to see what goes down. I'm leaning towards we get some crazy power showcase. That's my main prediction. Whatever Imu's doing right now is going to be an inkling of what's to come for Imu's actual physical form, physical fight, you know. A lot of people, you know, there's obviously the theory that Imu is the devil fruits, you know, with the spiky arrow. You know, what's it called? The spiky arrow tail, looking like the devil. And Imu having the Gorosei all be devils, you know. That would be really great. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm very excited for what's to come. You know, shout outs to all the people here. I saw some very kind messages. Like the stream. What's up, Kev? Appreciate you. Invader Zach. And I also see Joe D. List here say, Suit Day? Very appropriate for 1150. Just popped in. Glad I made it before I read. Well, you know, I didn't even think about doing a suit day today. I really didn't, because I haven't done one in a long time, because my room is boiling all the time. But, you know, that's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. That's a very full circle moment. So, the first, maybe not the first, but one of the first videos I did after college, I was back here, and I was in the suit, and my hair was short at the time, right? It was short. It was like, it was, I think it was the chapter 1160, I'm fairly certain, and I was going insane. I was like, okay, and these lobby holes out of nowhere. That's crazy. Now we're almost 100 chapters after that, and we're back. We're still on the grind set. We're still on the journey, you know, and I appreciate all you guys being on the journey with me. And being a part of the journey is a part of the fun, you know. So I greatly appreciate you all for enjoying my ramblings and my psychotic, you know, my psychotic brain rot when it comes to the series. Because this chapter felt like a suit chapter. You know, whatever's going to happen, whether it's Marijois or Imu, it's going to be a 10 out of 10 chapter. Like, it's going to be absolute cinema. It's going to be absolute cinema. So I'm very excited. It was Luffy's stream. It was Luffy's stream. Let me make 100% certain. Sorry if you can hear that clicking. It was Luffy reads the newspaper, Luffy's stream. I swear there was the big old hole in the ground. Was it the big old hole and then Bonnie? Because I remember Bonnie and Luffy's dream being the same chapter. I remember that. Not certain. Alright, well, regardless, I'm very excited. I think it'll be great. So, as always, well, first off, it's the start of a new month. So let's make sure to do the member lucky, gifted members. Let's see who's it gonna be. Let's do the send 5 now. Shouts to these lucky 5 members right here. Boom. Who's it gonna be? Shoutouts to Mellow, Skenty, Echo, Edit, Prodigy, MK the DJ, 1006, and Danger. Shouts to you lucky 5 for being the gifted Dog Pound members of the month. As always, if you want to help support the channel financially, it would be greatly appreciated, especially because I'm going to be going to California in a month from today. Going to be at Anime Expo, going to be seeing a bunch of fantastic people and many One Piece creators that you know and I know. So, if you want to help support me on my California endeavors, that'd be greatly appreciated. But with that, I say, it's time we lock in. I am ready for the greatness. I'm so ready. So, once we get all these notifications done, it should be... Yep, that's the final one. Let's lock in. One Piece, chapter 1150. We're already halfway through 1100, which is crazy. Can't even believe that. But it's going to be a banger. I can only imagine that the last chapter was a volume ender chapter, but if not, this could be the volume ender. So, regardless, Emu's here. It will be good. So I say let's tap in. One Piece 1150 is called Domi Reversi. So, immediately I'm intrigued. So, I don't really talk about this very often, but I took Latin in high school. And this is Latin. Domi Reversi. This is Latin. And obviously Latin has a lot of connections with Christianity, religion, all that. And obviously Emu and the God Knights, Celestial Dragons, a lot of imagery of, a organization taking over, restructuring history, very similar to the Catholic Church, So this is incredibly intriguing. And obviously the Roman Empire, and if Latin, the fall of the Roman Empire, obviously is going to happen when Luffy takes down Emu. Okay, very cool. Very, very intriguing. Domi Reversi. Domi, I think means, I think it's domus, which is home, if I know correctly. I think. But home, Reversi. I don't know Reversi, but this is interesting. Maybe it's like, intriguing. Okay, we'll think about it as it goes on. But we are continuing Yamato's cover story. Really cool. We see the goat ulti on page 1, but page 1, very intriguingly, and ulti as well. I see it on ulti now. Has the sun with the 8 circles around it. That symbol is heavily associated with the Ancient Kingdom, Joy Boy, a lot of stuff like that. So I really like that they are now donning the symbol of the sun, the dawn, and following Yamato. Really cool. I'm rocking with this. So they're at the Enma Shrine in Hakumai. Yasuie's sword is enshrined, and the pilgrimage is complete. Oh, wow. So the pilgrimage is complete? Alright. When's Big Mom and Kaido going to show up? That's the only thing I can think right now. But overall, this popped out of my head. What the? Overall, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. Whatever's going to happen next is going to be crazy for this cover story. It's like the calm before the storm. So I'm liking this. Maybe we'll see some other members of Kaido's crew on the way as well. We don't know what happened with Who's Who. So that's intriguing. Reversi is also a board game. Oh, I love that. I love the board game connection because that kind of ties into Doflamingo even more because he had the card game stuff. Very cool. Very cool. Okay, Domi Reversi, chapter 1150. Let's tap in. Let's tap in. Where is it? There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. Cool. Cool. Let me make sure everything is ready. Everything's good. Okay, Domi Reversi. Let's go. Let's go. Alright, we're just cutting right in. We got a double page off rip. The children. Oh, thank goodness they're safe. Mr. from the bar. My dad fell down to the underworld. Oh, that's Colin talking about Scopper. Another insane moment from the last chapter. What? Mr. Ya did? It was that lady. Watch out for her. The kids are all crying for their parents. She's floating. She's floating. That's crazy. Poor kids. You must have been so scared. Come, let's... Oh, what? Okay, so the guy with the... I don't even know what hairstyle to describe this as. But very upright hairstyle. It kind of looks like a piece of broccoli or something. Come, let's... Cuts off immediately. Like stab wounds all over him. Which could easily be Gunko shooting the arrows and stuff, you know? We saw that in the last chapter. Where she used it as like a gun of some kind. But no, this clearly isn't Gunko. The dude is wincing, screaming in pain. And Ilva, I'm fairly certain this is Ilva, says, what was that? We see Gunko with Emu's eyeballs looking, glaring at this group. And they're floating high in the sky. I can't see where Gunko is on any other panel. But we get this gorgeous zoom out here with this, what Oda's been doing with Emu. With his use of hockey is really interesting. It literally and you know, I'm noticing that every time Emu's hockey is used, it goes over the panels, the borders of the panels, every time. And I've always been a very strong advocate for Emu has the ink fruit, and Emu's hockey looks insanely like calligraphy made. Like he probably did like this across the page to get that effect going really well. Like it literally looks as though the line art itself is different from everything else in One Piece, which is really great. Even the exclamations and the sound effects that are so normalized to us are different. It's really interesting. So Emu screams silence, and the hockey just blasts out of Gunko. Okay, and so we see adults and children both knocked out with the hockey. Of course, we got the foaming out the mouth. And we're cutting back to that castle, seemingly, from earlier. Interesting. I lost my water. Where's my water? Alright. Okay. We lost no water. We're so back. Alright. I'm honestly going to make it a single page. Okay, I don't know what's about to happen on... I'm so lucky I did that. I'm seeing some crazy stuff on this next page. We got a double page spread. Whoa. Hey, snap out of it. We see Jarl. Oh, this is nuts. Okay, so we see people all the way from that village, which is pretty far away, is getting affected as well. The village is far, and they're getting affected. Not Jarl, though. Not my go. Not Jarl. But the inky characters here in this panel with Jarl are insane. This looks like nothing we've ever seen before. Like, even in the panel right above with Dory and Brogy, of course they're managing to hold on because there are guys. There are guys, you know? The effects there are normal. However, with Jarl, it's literally like he's like scraping the page. It's like a whole different texture to it. We see Gunko with like demon wings and using a pentagram like attack. It almost looks as though a cannon is coming out of the pentagram itself. I'm not going to just say what it is. And Gunko now has a pitchfork. Again, these are, you know, very overtly demonic things. Pitchfork, demon wings. We obviously saw that with Demonio with Robin. Sorry, hold on just a second. Forgot to put this on loop. There we go. We saw this with Robin. And something is... Maybe it's like a missile launcher? I'm not certain. But these things get blasted out to the giants down below. And this one guy, he's kind of look like Mario in Knight's armor. He's like freaking out. Alright, but let's see what's going to happen on this next page. I see some demon wings, and it says, all resistance must be quashed. Now, quashed, insanely emu word. Insanely emu word. Let's see what happens. Okay. Is this the best thy sleeptids can do, killing him? No, sleeptids, that was the sleeping monsters. Let's look at Gunko right here. The shading is completely different. The shading has changed completely. Again, very inky. Very inky shading here. The pitchfork. This devil tail that is here as well. The wings. There is no shade of light at all on any of these things. There's zero shading of light. And this is my major reasoning as to why Emu's abilities feel different. They feel otherworldly because they don't fit in to the aesthetic of One Piece. Very similarly to how Killingham's sleep monsters looked. They looked like they're not even from the same series, which is very cool. Is this the best thy sleeptids can do, Killingham? Okay, very cool. Gunko's going insane. Not so, Great One. The nightmare holes remain open. They continue to spawn monsters from every nightmare found on the island. These are creatures from dreams with no concept of death. They can be revived at any time on my command. Okay, that's interesting. The nightmare holes remain open. So that's interesting. Killingham is viewing these people. Obviously, dreams don't just come from nothing. They come from people. But instead, you know, they don't view humans or anything as worthwhile. They view them as like insects and insignificant. So that's a great example of the just like dehumanization that the celestial dragons in the upper crust of the world feel in One Piece. The nightmare holes. They're not even like people, they're holes. Very cool. They continue to spawn monsters from every nightmare found on the island. These are creatures from dreams with no concept of death. They can be revived at any time on my command. Like, and this is honestly, this kind of phrasing is really powerful. It honestly reminds me of, like, when does a man truly die? And, you know, like the concept of dreams in One Piece, like with Blackbeard talking to Luffy, you know, people's dreams never die. Let me make 100% certain. Blackbeard dreams never die. People's dreams have no end. Okay. A man's dream will never die. Okay, I was in the ballpark. I just want to make 100% certain. I don't like paraphrasing quotes. This is great. This feels like a direct contrast to these very motivational quotes. It's like these nightmares, they also never end. If dreams never end, the nightmares never end as well. Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's continue. Okay. Lead the line of whelps, Sommers, with an insane speech bubble. The speech bubble itself is like a hole in the panel. It's like the panel, he took a lighter and burnt the page, and it's a whole like burn mark. Like, that's crazy. It's like everything Emu does just makes me think that this very meta, like, you are not supposed to be in this series. You know, it's so interesting. You don't belong in the medium of this. You are so other that you are going against everything. Like, just the speech bubbles itself, the sound effects itself, the shading, like, all this stuff, it just goes against it every single time. It's so interesting. Right away, as you command. What? He's still alive? Is that the same woman up in the air? She seems different from before. Where's Luffy's group now? Well, Luffy and Zoro and Sanji aren't here. Hiruden's bunch as well. It's just our luck that they'd all be down in the underworld far below. Okay, Robin's trying to escape from Sommers' ability, but she's kind of wincing in pain. What are you doing, Robin? I have to help. I can't just sit here captured and do nothing. Yeah, Robin is so good in this arc. Oh my god. The question now is with whom we will parlay using these whelps as bait. The question now is with whom we will parlay using these whelps as bait. Absolutely right, O Great One. It makes no sense. A kingdom without a king? Oh, and Sommers is reforming, and you could hear like cracking sound effects. Stupid Gabon, my body's in agony. Dory, the blue ogre. Brogy, the red ogre. I charge thee with dominance over this land. Thou wilt be kings. Interesting. Okay, so what does this mean? So why not Jarl? Why is Jarl not the king? What is going on here? Jarl is the leader. He's the chief of the giants. Why is Emu feeling as though they have the right to impose a leader on this land? And technically, even then, it should be Hiruden or Loki, obviously, because of the, royal lineage of King Harold. But why Dory and Brogy? I mean, obviously the meta reason for us as readers is because Dory and Brogy are the first giants we ever met. That's the real reason. So honestly, they could easily die right now. Like, and I hate that I've been waving the death flags around for a lot this arc, but this is Emu. Right here, right now. Dory and Brogy could die. So, this is very intriguing. I charge thee with dominance over this land. Thou wilt be kings. Brogy screams, are you with the Holy Knights? You're the one who's driven Elbaf to madness. Okay. Grabbing Emu. Horrible idea. This is even more, like, crazy. Oh, but we do see Brogy's grabbing Emu and, like, there's a crushing noise. Very interesting. Very interesting. I feel like they could die. I honestly feel like the second I flip the page, like, Brogy's gonna be, like, sliced in half or something crazy. Like what I'm imagining here, is that Emu's gonna summon, like, one of those pentagram circles, like, right in front of Brogy or something. They're gonna get blasted back or something even crazy. Like, the arm will get sliced off, kind of like oars. And Doflamingo. Let's see. Oh, not that. Okay, go ahead, Dory. Join them, boys. Sure thing, Captain. Take care of yourself, Brogy. Oh, you're so cooked, bro. Now give back the children. How many of you are there? Understand this, Brogy. Thou wilt meet with Beard Hill Jarl. Cut off his head and hold it aloft. Wait, this is nuts. Okay. So Jarl... Thou will meet with Beard Hill Jarl. Cut off his head and hold it aloft. Okay, so now I'm even more intrigued now. Because there's a book. Right? The book is opening. Then, announce to thy people that we are the kings of Elbath. The book is emanating some, like, very inky effects. Again, some inky looking stuff. The book itself also is not very well detailed. This is very cool. Never. This is our country. You can't tell us what to do. So, a gun, a dagger, and a dagger both come out of the book. Emu stabs Brogy and then holds up the shotgun to Brogy. But it will not be for nothing. Brogy, oh, well, I was actually pretty correct with the arm getting blasted. That's kind of wild. I give thee the power of evil. The gun is also ginormous. So Emu shoots Brogy with the shotgun here. Blasts off his hand. He's gone. Okay, so... Okay. Let me think. There's a lot here. The book obviously could tie into the ink theory. It easily could. But it's very interesting. Because what's coming out of it, like... I'm so curious what's in the book. I'm so curious. Is the book metaphorical? Where Emu can just say something? Because they write the history of the world. That was a major thought as to why I feel as though the ink fruit is a thing. Because they are rewriting history. They're covering up history. And now they're bringing stuff into life. Obviously, this is meant to further parallel Luffy. Because Luffy can change himself to change the world. But now he can create stuff on his own. This is a direct parallel to that. Except with white, with Gear 5, it's black with like ink and stuff. Very intriguing. I give thee the power of evil. This could puppet master stuff. Okay, let's... Oh, the captain's arm. Oh my god. So Brogy is wincing in pain. What happened, Captain? I don't believe it. She took off his mighty arm. She'll pay dearly for this. In exchange for some measurement of thy lifespan, thou wilt receive an undying body and uncanny strength. Under fealty to Mu, thou art unbound by common sense and logic. Demons are the only proper form for life to take. Diabolical covenant. And this is the circle. Okay, so this is the circle. So before we even go anywhere. Right? This is 100% how the Gods Knights were made. It has to be. They sacrifice a part of themselves, and then Emu goes into them, probably through that wound, almost like a parasitic creature, you know? It's something that infects your mind and your body, you know? Intriguing. Thou art unbound by common sense and logic. So like Gear 5, something that could just change everything. Demons are the only proper form for life to take. Because they're not humans. Humans are bound by nature. But that makes it really interesting about devil fruits, because devil fruits they go against nature as well, but they're devil fruits. Okay, so demons, devil fruit. Okay. Diabolical covenant. Did she say demons? What's she doing to him? Well, I'm sinking, and so this is a lot like Blackbeard, getting sucked into the earth. Okay, this is wild. So Emu holds out the hand, like flips it around. Domi Reversi, hence the title of the chapter. Okay, so the presumably the good side of Brogy is getting flipped into probably the abyss, whatever the abyss is. We don't really know what that is. Getting flipped around, and then Brogy comes out looking demonic. Huh? Okay, this page is about to go insane. He turned into a demon. He's huge. What happened to you, Captain Brogy? Okay. Okay, so... Okay. He looks bigger. Am I insane? Am I insane that he looks bigger? Maybe that's me imagining. His outfit is different. Is it? No. No, his outfit's the same. I can't fully tell. I can't fully tell if his outfit's different. He has demonic horns on his helmet. Sorry, I'm very intrigued right now. I know I'm probably being a bit pedantic here, but I feel like his bottom of his I don't even know what it's called, like not a pelt. Is it a pelt? I don't know. But like the furry stuff under his belt, it looks more like fiery. And his beard looks a bit different as well. But the horns and the teeth and the eyes are obviously the big difference. So now, instead of a one-sided axe, I'm fairly certain he had a one-sided axe before. Hold on. Brogy One Piece. He did have a one-sided axe, I was correct. Oh, I think I was also correct about the bottom of his furry part on the bottom as well. Okay. Intriguing. Okay. Let's continue. I turned into a demon. He's huge. Okay, so I think he did grow bigger. The giants are saying he's huge. So I think he grew bigger as well. What happened to you, Captain Brogy? He looks terrifying. Is he a real demon now? Get back to Captain. We know the real Captain Brogy has never once tried to attack his own crew. He's got a warrior's pride, and then all three of these guys are washed away like flies. Gap-ba-ba-ba. I feel all powerful. Nothing can stop me now. No, she got Captain Dory too. I feel like it could have been better to see them both at the same time. They obviously have a very strong parallel to one another, but it's fine. Gya. Come along, boys. It's time to kill Jarl. No, Captain Dory, stop. You have to wake up. If you actually do that, our country is doomed. Help us stop them. What about saving the kids? Oh, it's a lot of people. They're all getting, like, corrupted. Captains. What? Oh, yeah, and they're sinking right there. Oh, not you guys too. Was it because they were standing between the two of them? Interesting. You know what that's like? You know what that's like? There was this one game. That one game. The world government was playing it in Wano. It's called Go. I'm fairly certain Go is the game. Unless it is Reversey. Reversey board game. It is Reversey. Okay, I know this game. Reversey is the board game that, okay, this is going to be a super tangent, right? So one of my favorite games of all time is WarioWare on the GameCube. And they have a mode that is literally this. It's literally this exact mode. It's about shooting asteroids, right? And say there's an asteroid up here, and an asteroid down there, and you get both of them. All the asteroids in the middle you get. And that's literally the exact thing that's happening right here with Dory and Brogy. Very interesting, very interesting. So now I actually know this board game, so this is cool. Was it because they were standing between the two of them? It can't be. Just keep your distance. And Gunko just stares into the abyss there. Well, not into the abyss, into nothing. Whoa, okay, great double page spread. Not bad. So this is the power of Elbaf. It will not be destroyed, but preserved and ruled over. Perhaps it is time to stay and watch, to see how useful they will be in war. Do Brogy and Dory look crazy? Crazy. Please, Chief Jarl, you must flee. Something's wrong with Captains Dory and Brogy. Run for your life. Never tell a warrior to run from battle. Oh my... Oh! Was there more? No. No. That was crazy. That was crazy. There was so much there. Also, I want to look at Dory. I didn't really look at Dory's outfit. Oh, Dory's got a pitchfork sword combo. Because he obviously was the one with the sword. That's raw. The shields are now spiky shields. Demon wings. Dory's helmet is spiky. This is sick. This is crazy. Like now we're getting somewhere crazy here. Like, bro, Dory and Brogy look awesome. They look awesome. Like, if I was like 5 years old, I would read One Piece for this panel alone. I'm like, what is going on? They look sick. And that's not to say like 5-year-olds only would think this is cool. This is awesome. This is awesome. But like, this is something so cool. I'd be like, what even's going on? This is crazy though. Like, obviously they're gonna get redeemed in some way. They have to. They have to. This is crazy. This is 1,000 chapters later, and these characters that we've wanted to know for so long are now corrupted. You know, we need to save them. We need to save the spirit of Elbaf. That's what we need to save. And there's only one guy. There's only one man that I know who's going to save the spirit of Elbaf. And that's my goat, Usopp, okay? That's who's going to save Elbaf. Because Luffy has no idea what's going on right now. He's in a whole other adventure. He's with Loki and Hiruden and all them. That's cool. My guy Usopp has got to step up and save the day. That's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. It's going to be phenomenal. I feel as though this was a fantastic chapter. 10 out of 10 chapter. I don't even have to ask. So much there. Let's make a poll anyway. You know what? Let's just do it. Ink fruit, yes or no? Ink fruit, yes or no? What are we thinking on the ink fruit? I think the ink fruit is getting a lot of legs right now. The book? What's up with the book? What's up with the reversey? Like, this is bizarre. This is bizarre. I'm just thinking, like, Emu really hit us with the colors trap. Emu really hit us with the colors trap. Like, that's crazy. I'm just like, this is wild. Like all I can think of right now. Dude, the reversey is crazy. It's so, like, it's so cool, yet so, like, childish. And I love whenever One Piece does something like that. Because we see Brogy reverse, right? I didn't even put it together that it was the board game. I forget who mentioned it earlier. I think it was Joe D. List who brought up the board game. That's sick. That's so sick. What's up with the book? The book has got to be something like, is the book real? Is the book a manifestation of the powers? And the book is so meta. Like, the book, it's like I said, with the burning of the speech bubbles, the shading, the ability where you could just make anything. It's like, this is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my god. Dorian Brogy died. Not died, but, you know. This is fate worse than death, you know? Their bodies are being tortured. They are being controlled without their own volition. And they are going to be the undoing of their country that they're so prideful of. That's messed up. That's messed up. I'm so intrigued to see what happens. I'm so intrigued. Just did a quick translate. Domi Reversi means return home. Okay. Like, return home is the abyss home? Return, like, to the abyss? Because Emu's talking about the abyss. We don't fully know what that is yet. I think that's gonna be something. Because, like, what's up with the abyss and how it's just all black shading? Is that related to Blackbeard's power in some way? That's gotta be it. It's gotta be that. The cover story? Black Gun cover story? What do you mean? How does it relate to the cover story? The Black Gun is crazy overpowered. Yeah, I'm very curious what's up with the gun. Emu's a weapon? I don't think Emu's a weapon. That makes it seem like Emu has no control of itself. Yeah, well, whatever, right? Because Emu's not like a baby 5, you know? I don't think that's Emu's ability. That's too, like, one note when it comes to this. Like, you can make weapons. You can turn people into demons. You can grant people these crazy powers. Yamato returned the blade to its home, yeah. But how does that relate to what you're saying? If you're saying that Emu is a weapon, I feel like that completely invalidates Emu's presence in the story. Because a weapon doesn't have that drive, you know? It could be a cursed whatever, but it was only cursed because of someone else. I doubt that Emu was, you know, I can't say that. I can't say I doubt Emu was influenced by someone else to be evil, because they probably were, to some extent. But I feel like Emu being the weapon of someone else, that feels strange to me. I don't know how I like that. I don't think I like that, because Emu is such a puppet master kind of character. If Emu was still under the control of someone else, it would, that, I don't know how I'd feel about that. After this time, stay and watch to see how useful they will be in war. Okay. Seeing a theory here. Emu uses Domi Reversi to turn Usopp into a demonic warrior that doesn't fear death. But it doesn't work on him because he can't not be afraid of death. He's too negative. That's intriguing. I kind of like that. I don't know how I feel about it 100%. I don't know how I feel about that 100%. He's like Shushu. I do not see this. I do not see your vision. I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't see it. I feel like Emu is too, like I cannot see Emu being like Shushu. That's the character you choose to compare Emu to. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying with the Shushu comparison, bringing it all the way back to the beginning. I see that. But that feels like it gives Emu so little agency in the narrative. So I can't see it. I can't see it personally. I'd be happy to be wrong. I would be happy to be wrong. But I just don't see it. Is Joy Boy's One Piece his captain's logbook? Can you explain what you mean by that? Is Joy Boy's One Piece? What do you mean is Joy Boy's One Piece? Like that was his dream? Like that to me that makes more sense. Roger's reading something on Laugh Tale. Just like with Perona, he intrinsically is too negative, but it's pushing past the fear of death that makes him the brave warrior he is. That's very true. That's very true, Brandon King. I feel as though I like what you're saying with the tries to turn him into a demon, but he can't because he doesn't fear death. Like, that's intriguing. Because obviously the brave warriors of Elbaf, they don't fear death. That's a major part of their culture. Like, we're even seeing it with Jarl here at this end of the chapter. Never tell a warrior to run from battle. You know? Yeah, like that's yeah. See, Spencer, I agree with what you're saying. Emu is the dungeon master of the verse. The grand puppeteer of everything that's happening right now is Emu. Emu is responsible for so many things in the One Piece world that it's hard for me to just say that Emu is a cog, like a weapon. You know, a weapon is something used by other characters. And Emu could have been that. Emu could have been that, you know? But I can't imagine Emu being like just another cog at this point. Because Emu's the end game. Right? We got Emu and Blackbeard. There's no one else. There's no way Oda's going to introduce someone above Emu or something like that, right? There's no way at this point. There's no way. Like, I just can't, like, I can't see it. I can't see Emu not being the guy. Obviously, Blackbeard and Emu, they're both the guys. People have speculated that, theory, the One Piece treasure is Joy Boy's book, his grimoire, which is also his logbook. Okay. I like what you're saying, because it connects to books, and books have imagination, and One Piece itself is a book. It's a very meta ability. I like it. And it reminds me a bit of Mont d'Or with the book fruit, with the lore and the whole, other universe you're sent into. That feels realistic to me. I like that a lot. It's very meta ability. Very meta. I enjoy it a lot. I also like the idea of Emu using something of Joy Boy's for evil. I love that idea. So I'm actually a big fan of your idea. I just don't know. I don't fully understand what you're saying with is Joy Boy's One Piece the book? I'm a bit confused on what you're saying there. I'm a bit confused on that. But I like the idea of Emu using Joy Boy's book for evil a lot. I just don't understand what you're saying with it being his One Piece. I'm a bit confused on that. Is that a suit and tie? Yes. I felt as though this was a suit-worthy chapter, before reading it. And I can confidently say I'm glad I wore the suit. I feel very, very, vindicated. Like, this was a banger. So, people have speculated that the One Piece is Joy Boy's comic collection. Okay, that's interesting. I like that. That's something very childish, and I think that's fun. And it would make sense for the laugh. It's like, it's laughing because it's funny, but it's also laughing like this is the treasure. I kind of like that. It's very innocent as well. I like that. And comics have been a major part of One Piece, especially with Germa being brought in. And they're literally comic book characters brought to life. So that's fun as well. Yeah, the chat is popping right now. I appreciate everyone for being here. This is awesome. This is generally probably the best the chat has been for a chapter. I'm also going to get rid of this poll. You guys aren't seeing the vision with the ink fruit. I'm sorry. You're not seeing the vision. But you know what? We're still in the phase. We're still in the phase of the ink fruit. But we got 30% yes. We got 3 out of 10. And you know what? That might be a failure. But hey, it's better than 0 out of 10. People see the vision. This chapter is literally Berserk getting integrated into One Piece. Plus, the devils look cartoony. Inspired by Hell's Bells. I'm going to look that up right now. I completely agree, though. Insane Berserk parallels. Very, very Berserk coded. With Gunko / Emu obviously being representative of the God Hand. For those who don't know Berserk, I am sorry. Hell's Bells. Oh, this is that one cartoon. I have seen this. Yeah, this was a Disney thing. Very interesting. Sorry, I lost the chat. Yeah, the devils look cartoony, inspired by Hell's Bells. Very true. Very true. But yeah, I definitely agree with the Berserk thing. 100% agree. The Domi Reversi was a very pleasant change. Very pleasant change. But obviously, mostly it's the sacrifice, the manipulation, the brainwashing, that's really like berserk, really berserk. And seeing it happen to characters like Dorian Broggie, these like symbols of good and justice and like pride. This is the height of kind of like adventure in the world of One Piece, seeing them get taken down. And obviously, like I mentioned, these are the characters we've known for so long. Seeing it happen to them, of course, is far more impactful than if it happened to like Hyrule. And I like Hyrule a lot, but we've known him for less than half the time we've known Dorian Broggie. And the anticipation of seeing Dorian Broggie again is a major part of their idealization, So very, very cool. Very cool. I thought I ended this. Oh, I did. I did end the poll. I like how Emu is removing death from people, and in One Piece, it's someone's choice to die. For another, that usually cements them as a legend among legends. Fear of death is what unites us all. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful way of phrasing it, Brandy King. The fear of death is the greatest dream of humans. To get over that final hurdle. No disease, no famine, no war, none of that. That's the dream. If people can live like that and not even have to fear death itself, then humans can do anything. But Emu is manipulating people into thinking, oh, I can make sure you don't have to fear death, but you have to be under my thumb for the rest of your life, which is forever, And that's terrible. That's terrible because, when does a man truly die? When he's forgotten. If you live forever, you're gonna be forgotten. No one will care about you because you are forced to isolate yourself because you don't want to get close to people. That's at least how I view it. If for characters like Emu who try to hide themselves so they can remain in this position of power, because anonymity is power in a way. You can just feel free to say anything. If people have the option to do something and not be punished for it, and like, let me rephrase that. If there's a percentage chance that you can get caught doing something, right? And it's 0. People will never find out. People will do it because that shame, that pressure is gone. If you don't have any of that, people would do whatever they want all the time. It'd be terrible. There'd be terrible, awful people. But there's a lot of people who don't want to do that because they care about how other people feel. Not just about them, but in general, But if you have that immortality, that if you have the option, you're more likely to do it because, oh, I haven't done it before. I might as well do it now. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. Fear of death is what unites us all. Exactly. Exactly. I do think fear of death is what unites us all. Usopp is going to have a great moment coming up with the contrasting evil Dorian Broggie because of stuff like that. So I see you say, is the One Piece breaking the fourth wall? Now, I assume you're referring to the series, The One Piece, right? I'm not series. If you said, is One Piece breaking the fourth wall, I would assume you're talking about the series. But you say, is the One Piece breaking the fourth wall? I'm not certain. I feel as though the One Piece easily could break the fourth wall. It easily could. Like for example, when we see what the One Piece is, let's just be realistic. I'm reading a book right here. I'm reading a book, right? I'm flipping pages. I'm on the edge of my seat, chomping at the bit to know what the One Piece is. You know what I mean? We're going to see a panel in the bottom left corner of someone staring at the chest. The chest is about to open. We flip the page, it's going to just be the treasure. We're going to see what the One Piece is at the exact same time as everyone else. It will be a double page spread. It will just be what's in that chest. If there is a chest. I don't even know if there's going to be a chest. Realistically, if there is a chest, it'll be empty, because it'll parallel the Gaimon stuff from the very beginning of the story. But more so what I'm saying is that whatever the One Piece is, we are going to be in the ride, and not like we haven't been the whole time. We'll be there with Luffy, with everyone. We'll be there seeing it at the exact same time they are. I don't think there's going to be any like dramatic irony where they know what it is before we do, or vice versa. I'm very certain that Oda is going to make it the characters experience it with us, you know, because no one in the One Piece world knows what it is except like 20 people, probably less, you know, because probably some of them aren't, you know, relevant. You know, like Roger's crew, all of them saw it, but we only know like 4 of them, well, that know it, and Roger's dead, so 3. We know Rayleigh, Scopper, and Crocus. Like, that's it. We don't know anyone else who saw it. So there's a lot of potential there. Emu says, well, he seemed to kind of have trauma from Joy Boy. Completely agree there. Moria is being paralleled with Emu. So could Emu's Kaido be Joy Boy? Moria lost his friends because of Kaido. Mr. 9, I really like that idea. I really like that idea. I see the vision completely. Especially because the shadows, the void, the isolating themselves, especially in a big old castle, you know, and obviously people theorize that Moria's Thriller Bar could be God Valley. That's a theory that's been around for quite a bit now. If Moria's Thriller Bark is God Valley, that even further connects it to Emu, in my opinion. So I really like that idea. It's what makes us human, that humility. These are unholy warriors that cheat with the themes of One Piece. Very true. Very true. That was a great way to word it. Oh, wow. The chat is popping. Sorry, I'm very behind. The One Piece is a treasure Luffy is seeking. It's Joy Boy and Roger's greatest treasure. Well, yeah. Yeah, I don't think if you're saying that Emu is using the One Piece as the weapon right now, I don't see that at all. I don't think Emu knows what the One Piece is. I just don't see it. Banger drip for a banger chapter. Thank you, Zombies1. I appreciate that. If not an ink fruit. So we're just on if not an ink fruit. So Spencer, I think you see the vision with the ink fruit. I think it's a game-related fruit. Shamrock said, we can make this a game RPG chapter title at Elbaf beginning. The Rook Check. I'm not sure what you mean by Rook Check. The Rabbit Extermination game. That's cool. I like that as well. The Ink Fruit I like because it's very meta and it makes these characters seem insignificant in terms to Emu, who can rewrite history and change things and all that. You even mentioned the Dungeon Master as well, which is a game. So I like your vision as well, especially the RPG call from Elbaf. That was a great one. Invader Zach says, we need another Kev Dak collab. That'd be fire. Would love that. Shats Dak, of course. Very cool guy. Kaido says, Luffy in Gear 5 is like something out of a comic picture book. Very true. Very true. I see the vision, but this chapter convinced me 60-40, Emu's just a yokai devil. Okay. Okay, so you see the vision. You see the vision. That's all we need to know. You see the vision. Joy Boy is Sora, Warrior of the Sea, Trust. Gross stonks. I messed with that. I messed with that Warrior of the Sea call. Tying it back to the comics, Germa, all that. I love that. For those who do know Berserk, I am sorry as well. Lol, it's great but horrifying. Yeah, Berserk is great. Berserk is a fantastic series with a bit of a wall to get into. But phenomenal. Maybe I heard someone say that the opposite is liberty reversi. Okay, that's interesting. So, that's very interesting for two reasons. One, liberty, if I'm thinking about Emu and Blackbeard having similar abilities, we see when Emu flips it, it's like the abyss, darkness, stuff like that. What is Blackbeard's ability called? Liberation, which pulls stuff out of the darkness. Emu seemingly is like the gatekeeper to the darkness, and Blackbeard is the one who could just, at will, just rip everything apart and rip it open. It's very calculated versus pure chaotic, so that's very interesting. And liberty, of course, is freedom, So it's again, Blackbeard and Luffy are the antithesis to Emu in different ways. Very cool. It's almost like Emu is realizing a future that he's imagining in the moment. I'm not certain what you mean by that. Are you talking about the giants? I'm intrigued. What you mean by that. Guys, I'm sweating to death. This jacket might come off soon. Or rather, maybe it's only possible for them to be remembered in negativity or shame. That was in regards to the immortality stuff I mentioned earlier. Enel called himself the god of fear as well. That's awesome. I do not remember that. That's awesome. That's a very... I can easily imagine Emu saying something along those lines, and Emu is meant to... And Enel, Enel is meant to be allusion to Emu at this point. Sabo saw Emu's true transformation. Thoughts? I say endangered axolotl species. Its story is tragic, called Water Dragon in Aztec. I will definitely look into that. Just a second. Yo, shoutouts to Growth Stonks with the $10 donation. That is actually huge, bro. As I mentioned earlier, I can't like it on here. Hold up. Everyone, big up Growth Stonks. There we go. I liked it. Gross Stonk says, "Hi Kev, long time fan, love the channel." That means a lot, genuinely. That really does. When you get a chance, please check out my theory that Joy Girl recently turned into a video about Uranus being the Emerald City. I promise it will not disappoint. Also, big up Joy Girl. She's very cool. I will definitely look into this. I am a huge Emerald City truther. As many of you long-time viewers right now, I put out this video that I spent genuinely weeks on about the Wizard of Oz. Still got the book. I'm a big fan of the Emerald City. I would love the Emerald City to be relevant again, or ever. So that'd be cool. I would really enjoy the Emerald City to be something more, because I think it has potential to do so. So I will definitely check that out. If you could send me amazing segue for those who wish to join the Discord. The link should be in the description of this video. It should be. It is. For those who want to join the Discord, Gross Stonks, you can feel free to send the link to this video in the Discord. We can continue the discussion. I'm going to be honest, I'm really trying to restructure the Discord, because for me it's it feels a bit cluttered in a way. So I'm trying to restructure it. If anyone has Discord advice on how to do stuff like that, it would be greatly appreciated. I'm trying to make it more streamlined, I guess is the word for it. So that'd be greatly appreciated. But yeah, I will definitely check out that video because I find the Emerald City intriguing. And I'm also intrigued that you say Uranus, the ancient weapon, is the city. This is going to sound kind of bizarre, but to me, when I think of that, I think of Babylon Garden from Sonic Riders. I know I've severe brain rot, I know. But I don't know. I'm thinking about like a space station of some kind, and that could easily connect to like the Automata, and Uranus is in the sky. So if that's somehow along that through line, that'd be cool. Let's get back to what you were saying. Joe, Sabu saw emu's true transformation. Thoughts? I say endangered axolotl species. Its story is tragic, called Water Dragon in Aztec. So, for one reason, I really like this idea. And the one reason is because all the way at the start of the post-time skip was one of the first things we saw. It was Smiley, the axolotl, not Smiley. Is it Smiley? Smiley? It's Smiley, but it has a slime fruit and an axolotl, you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. It's either Smiley or Slimy, and it's an axolotl. And it instantly died. Instantly. Which immediately makes me think of what you're saying. Its story is tragic, endangered species, water dragon in Aztec. I'm going to look into this right now. Sorry if you hear the typing. Oh, you're saying the axolotl is just called the water dragon. I thought you meant there was like one in specific. Yeah, I know what an axolotl is. Very cool. Very cool. Called water dragon in Aztec. Oh, dragon, celestial dragon. Now I get it. Now I understand. That's very cool. If you think about it, when Roger found the treasure, he laughed so hard, so it must be something funny. Are the shadows... wait, that's a different thought. So Bob and Howard, I do get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. There's two kind of thoughts I have on it. One, it could easily be found funny. It could easily be that. But did he find it funny because of the object itself? Or that the object itself is so different than from what he expected. That's the one thing I think is a bit of a rift in your idea. It definitely could be funny. It definitely could be. Like if he opens it and it's like some, well, it's weird, right? Like if he opens it and it's like a rock or something, not like a poneglyph, like a pebble, you know, something insignificant. That's funny. Because that's so not a treasure. You know what I'm saying? It's a rock. But it could be the treasure. But yeah. Stuff like that is like... The humor could be from the complete shock of it not being what they expected. But it could be funny. It could be. I get what you're saying. Are the shadows of Thriller Bark Emu's minions too? Obviously, now this is referring to those very ominous figures. We've all probably thought about them countless times. For me, I feel as though it's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. And again, I feel as though if we get confirmation that Thriller Bark is God Valley, this adds endless amount of fuel for this idea to like really cook. So for me, I'm partial to believing this because they look incredibly menacing. We've had no thought process as to what's going on with these guys in like 600 chapters. I feel we've not seen them. So I like the idea personally. I'm a big fan. Okay, Jody List says, I don't know why there's a no comma. If you could elaborate on that, that'd be good. I think Emo and Joy Boy and ancient technology... Oh, and ancient masters had alchemy and spell book technology. So the book is just a thing. It's not anything important. Okay. Emo has one. Joy Boy's book could be the most incredible artifact in the world. Roger was reading something. So you're saying Emu's book that Emu is using is not the book Joy Boy had? For me, I feel as though that kind of lessens the interest of your previous statement of Emu using Joy Boy's book. I think that is more interesting than it just being two separate books, personally. But I like the idea of the books being a thing in general, because that it's like a conduit for people to make their dreams reality that Emu probably got rid of, because Emu's a very self-absorbed, like, no, only my dream can be reality kind of character. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Emu's power is like Yukio from Bleach. I do not know who that is. Or perhaps Darby, game related. Okay, I get what you mean by Darby from JoJo. Cool. The phrase is Domi Reversi is having returned home. Okay. Intriguing. Oh my god. Luffy's story is very funny, so if Joy Boy had written about Luffy or himself, it would cause laughter and tears, so it could still be his book. And obviously, if Joy Boy wrote about the past, that would be the ancient history as well. So I like that. This is in response to Joy Girl. I don't know what happened there. Joy Bull. I saw Joy Boy up here. That's what happened. She had the cool video about all the One Piece Laputa connections. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what Laputa is. If someone could tell me what Laputa is, I would appreciate that. I like that you guys see the vision with the Sonic Riders Babylon Garden. I thought that was going to fly, like, nowhere. I was like, I don't know what I'm saying, but, hey, goated game. I'm very excited for the new Sonic racing game. It will be cinema. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be tearing up the track. You guys got to get the game when it comes out. There's crossplay. That would be cool. This is in response to the Emerald City Uranus video. It was very good. Honestly, started the video thinking, yeah, right. By the end, I was basically convinced. Okay. That's a great comment. Oda's drawn axolotls many times. The story of how axolotl pets are kept on land is disgusting. It involves poisoning with iodine so that they may never return to water and can never breed. They're extinct everywhere in the world except one polluted lake in Mexico. Wow, that is insanely depressing. Oh my god. Wow. I do find that that specific thing you mentioned, so that they may never return to water, very intriguing. If you're alluding to the idea that Emu is connected to this creature, it would be very fitting that Emu purposely tried to split people apart using these like extensive water travel, techniques and stuff. Very interesting. Because obviously, if Emu is connected to this axolotl creature, maybe they feel this hint of like I don't have the ability to travel the world because of this, thing I was afflicted with. So it could be like that. Very interesting. Their gender is therefore meaningless after the poisoning. Oh, because they can't breed. Very cool. I like that too. The shadows of Thriller Bark has to be Zunisha relatives. Okay. I'm intrigued what you mean by that. Zunisha relatives. Like, what does that mean? Are you talking about like these ancient kind of beings, like Zunisha? I mean, Emu is also really old. Emu could have made these creatures a while ago, And we don't know what's in the triangle. We don't know. It's very intriguing. It's very intriguing. Emu's power reminds me of... Sorry. Reminds you of... I'm very lost with what you're saying, Growth Stonks. I'm very lost with that. It reminds you of Gear 5. Fantasy. Or is there a thing called Nika Fantasy? No. Okay, so it's a split thing. It's a split. I'm not certain what you mean. Fantasy, but with a Hagoromo scarf. The ring. So instead of the ring of clouds, it's a book. Okay. See, but... So you're saying the book is Emu's awakening? The book? Intriguing. Okay, Laputa is a Studio Ghibli anime. A lot of connections to One Piece voice actors, really. I'm intrigued. Let's see the voice actors. Voice cast. Well, there's one. I see one. Mark Hamill. What? Oh, okay. It's the English version. I was like, whoa, Mark Hamill's in this. This is crazy. Very interesting. Intriguing. I'll definitely look into this. Seems intriguing. Give me SA3. We would love that. Laputa is also a floating sky island in Gulliver's Travels, which is what Studio Ghibli took inspiration from. Okay. Intriguing. Must watch for theorists. I'll check it out. That sounds cool. I think the book may be a simple storybook. Emu may be bringing the story to life. Robin is a devil and her real power is books. I love that. That's awesome. Robin and she's a devil. That's awesome. Mr. 9, you cooked there really hard. You cooked there really hard. I like that a lot. Because the world views Robin as a devil, and Robin uses books, and that's why she's viewed as a devil. Emu's a devil that uses books. That's awesome. I love that. That is really cool. That's a great inversion too, especially because when we are seeing Emu using these like demonic wings and stuff like that. This is great. This is great. I love this idea. This is awesome. Okay, so Nika's fantasy. Oda said in an SBS that the Hagoromo, which I assume is the cloud scarf thing, that Luffy has is a portal to their fantasy. It's very mysterious. Well, we've seen Luffy pull stuff out of the clouds, and it's a cloud ring, so maybe it's imagination. Not certain, obviously. But it's something. It's something. Very intriguing. I'm very, very intrigued by this idea. What SBS was this? This must be new. I've never heard this before. 110. It is new. This Yamato drawing's cute. The cat. The Gorsei cat. I remember, that was the guy who makes their clothes. No, it wasn't this one. I'm not seeing it. Apparently it's 110, but I didn't see it in there. In Buddhism, the Hagoromo feathered scarf represents enlightenment of the Buddha. Feathered raiment. Okay. That's intriguing. And that obviously enlightenment is like seeing like all that's possible in front of you. And with Luffy's power, you know, he already could do so much, but now it's a whole other level. Very cool. Very cool. It seems like it's 110. Maybe I just didn't see it. It seems like 110 is the one. No, this is Kizaru giving Luffy the food. Yeah, I can't find it. If someone could tell me which one it's in, I genuinely, it's not on here that I'm seeing. There's in a special Q&A. Oh, okay, so it's not even, okay. Okay. But Dorian and Brogy are evil now. This is wild. Wow. Okay. That's intriguing. That's intriguing. Let's get back to here. Oh my god. Alright. So, there's a chapter next week. I'm seeing it now. There's a chapter next week. What in the world is going to happen? Like, how's Oda gonna keep going? What could happen? Are we gonna cut to Luffy? Are we gonna get this Loki Rocks flashback? Are we gonna get it? I'm fiending for this Loki Rocks flashback. I need it. I need the flashback. What's gonna happen? I genuinely don't know. It's like, is it really this difficult to just be like is it really this difficult to just say something along the lines of Emu does more chaos? But what else is there? Like, they're gonna kill Jarl. But like, Usopp is not gonna let Jarl die. Usopp spent the most time with Jarl this arc so far. There's no way Usopp's gonna let Jarl die. There's no way. After all this, and Jarl's the oldest giant. He's the oldest one. If Usopp lets him die, that's a major section of history that's gone. I think Jarl's the oldest person on the planet. That's not like a God's Knight, a Gorosei, you know, all that. Jarl can't die for team good, you know? So Usopp's not going to let him die. There's no way. Did you see one of the emu circles? It says Eris D. Tar. Alright, give me a second. Talk about under Brogy. Oh, no, this is not it. Page 10. It should, oh, it is. It probably is this one under Brogy. Did you see one of the emo circles? It says Eris D. Tar on page 10. It reminds me of the Disney movie called Sinbad the Seven Seas, where the villain is called Eris, and her goal is to obtain Tartarus, a realm of abyss. I've never heard of this movie. Sounds intriguing. It's in front of Emu, at the bottom of the circle, written upside down. I see. Eris D. Tar. Okay, so for me, I like the vision, but for me, every time I see one of these circles, I don't view it as an actual language. I view it as the poneglyph language. I don't know if any of you will feel the same way. I feel as though this is like the poneglyph, like rubbing language, whatever that is. We don't know what it is. So I feel like it's the same. It also adds a bit of mystique. Like, oh, does Robin know what these circles say? Robin is also a demonic associated figure. And if Emu's doing this, maybe Robin knows how to stop Emu in some way. That's how I feel about it, at least. But I do think it's intriguing about this Tartarus stuff. Because Tartarus is obviously like a realm of hell. And Emu is literally turning people into demons with this. That's intriguing. I think Emu's gonna dip out soon, but like, how would Emu leave? I don't think Emu would leave until the job is done. Unless something really bad happens on Marie Joie. In that case, then Emu would leave. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Post the SBS in your general chat. All right. Oh, it's right here. I don't know where it is. Oh, this is in that one. Isn't that one? No, there's no way. There's no way it was in that. There was like that 4-week span where he put a bunch of like questions, and it was like, who? Oh, what's Vera? You know, like it was that. I don't think it was that though. It's the entrance to Nika's fantasy. Okay, wow. Wow. Okay, very interesting. Alright guys, I will be right back. I need to get this jacket off or something. I'm honestly starting to go a bit crazy right now. I'm sweating. So you're gonna see me with just this black shirt and tie, you know, wow. But we're gonna do a little be right back section. Stay tuned. I do not plan on stopping the stream for a hot minute. I'm really enjoying the conversations, and I do want to keep talking about, you know, One Piece, you know, the greatest series of all time. So let's put on some, like, I don't know what I would do for a be right back thing. Let's just have Chair piece is great. I love chair piece. Did you see the chopper reveal? I saw it got revealed. I didn't hear the voice. I do want to hear the voice actually. Let me add a source. I'm now using OBS, by the way, for any new viewers who didn't see my last stream. And it is going well. It is going well. OBS is very good. I think image would GIFs count for images? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes. Oh no. Oh no, I don't like this. Oh, I see. There we go. It's around here somewhere. You're gonna get chair piece in just a second, guys. Sorry about the delay for the delay. Let's put on some funny little guys. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. Boom. There we go. Okay. Okay. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. All right. We'll be back in a second. We'll be back in just a second. Alright, we'll be back in a second. Everyone enjoy this little breather. You know, I'll turn the music up a bit. Phenomenal. Phenomenal little thing there. I was looking for a different one the entire time, but we move. We move. I was looking for not this one. I was looking for this one. Is it the correct one? Yes! The legend. Never forget the Bev. Never, never. Keep that in mind for later. I'm just gonna do this now, actually. God, I can't type at all. Subscribe. Graphic design is my passion, actually. No, that's awesome. Like, doesn't this make you guys want to subscribe? Like, this is pretty sick to me, not gonna lie. Look at that, wow. Let's add a little embossing. Embossing? How do I do it? Where's the bold? Outline? Give me an outline. Outline. Yes. Select color and make that black. Oh yeah. Outline. I do not know what's going on right now. Oh yeah. This is a phenomenal stream right now. This is good. This seems pretty awesome. Seems pretty awesome. All right, boom. Phenomenal. Keep that for later. That's a great BRB thing. Kev Wick in theaters soon. True. True. Aren't they literally putting out a John Wick movie in like a week? Like this week? John Wick movie. Yeah, literally. John Wick Ballerina. It's coming out in like days. $2025 June 6th. Wow. Fun little segue. I'm actually going to the movies this week as well. Gonna see Dawn to Dawn, Evil Eye in theaters this week. It'll be huge. I'm excited to see my goats return. No doubt, best anime I've seen this year. Love Dawn to Dawn. See it in theaters. You should. I'm very excited for that. Share pieces is great. Oh yeah, Chopper reveal. Chopper reveal. Gotta watch that. Gotta watch that. Give me just a second. I'll put on Chopper. Are we liking Chopper? Are we liking Chopper or no? I personally, I think he looked good. I didn't hear his voice, so I'm gonna mute my audio playing because I can only imagine if I play the audio of Chopper, it will be insta striked. It'll be abyss from the earth. Let's do Chopper, Netflix. I think I only need to look up that. Yeah, okay, boom. All right, gonna mute the audio, but you'll be able to hear me talk. All right, I hear Iñaki. Give me a second. Before I hear the voice. The hat is cute. I didn't see the hat in full detail. The hat's very furry as well. And the antlers have that like fur on them too. That's normal though. But that's cute. It makes the contrast of the weird metal thing on his one antler very good as well. I like the hat though. The hat is furry, but it's like it looks different than the chest fur. It's a lot more like a blanket, you know. Very cool. All right, let's hear Chopper. And the pants are like denim pants. Chopper. Oh, that was good. I am a doctor. Okay, that was a good delivery. All right, I know I'm brain rotted. It's giving Tails. This is not an insult in any means. It just sounds like a Tails or like a Honestly, it kind of sounds like Timmy Turner from like Fairly Odd Parents. You know, kind of like, you know, shy-ish. You know, obviously it. This is definitely a woman doing a boy's voice, because obviously if they picked a little kid, they would have to constantly get a new little kid to play Chopper. And I assume they don't want to do that because they want this character to stay around for a long time. It'll take a long time between seasons to do stuff. So yeah, uh, but it sounds good so far. I like the little X on the hat too. That's very cutesy. Like, I am a doctor. You did a Chopper. Let's go Chopper. But the loving Chopper. They're loving Chopper. They're loving Chopper there. It sounds good. It sounds good. Um, I think the one thing for me, I like how it's like, it looks kind of, Chopper looks kind of pathetic. You know, I kind of like that because Chopper is meant to be very shy and not confident at all. So they're nailing that. Like the facial expressions for this are crazy good. Like this has definitely got to be like mocapped. Well, performance captured. Not they don't say motion capture anymore, but it's definitely like performance capture for the face. I can't even imagine if it's the whole body. I can't imagine that. But I mean, it looks good. It looks good. Facial capture. Okay, Michaela Hoover. Shout out to Michaela Hoover. Good voice. Good voice for Chopper. I'm liking it. I'm liking the Chopper. I'm liking the like little like, oh, I'm really scared and shy, but then the like moments of like little bubbly kind of moments, they're great. I really like that. It seems like a real, like, I don't like saying, oh, it sounds like a kid, because like obviously it's trying to sound like a kid. But like little things like that, like kids are awkward. Kids don't want to talk to people, for the most part, especially a kid like Chopper, who thinks everyone's gonna hate him. So that was done really well. Megan's reaction for Volume One was gold. I'm gonna look that up right now. Did they just stream today? No, they. I think they reacted to the Netflix thing in general. Um, Volume One. I'll just look up that. Yeah, they did it yesterday. You know what? I should not look up a 2 hour stream. I should not click a 2 hour stream. But Chopa. Chopa. I'm gonna cut to Chopa. Okay, here we go. I'm reacting to their reaction. Oh my god, Megan's like crying. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that she's hiding her face. This is sweet. I love this. Wow. Chopa. Dude, Megan is like shaking right now. I mean, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. The passion. Okay. That was crazy. Dude, Megan was like losing her mind. I love that. I love the passion. I love the passion. Let me put the lo-fi back on. Alright, the lo-fi is back on. Alright, so now I don't have to worry about copyright destroying me. But I know Chopper was good. Chopper was good. I like the voice. I'm so curious what it's gonna look like how they're gonna do the forms. I'm so curious. Cause that looked pretty good. That looked pretty good. Like, and the facial expressions were really good too. I'm so curious what they're gonna do. And that comes out next year, I'm fairly certain. I'm fairly certain. I don't know off the top of my head. Okay, everything is good. Everything is good. Oh my god. Wow. Oh my god. Alright, back to the chapter. Back to the chapter. That was crazy. Yeah, it says 2026. It says 2026 here. Wow. Wow. I'm very impressed. Yeah, shouts to the Chopper fans. Shouts to the Chopper fans. Yeah, like the real deer form. Like what I don't know why I'm so intrigued to see how they like blend it. You know what I mean? You know, I'm just so intrigued. Let's see. I also found out in Greek mythology, Eris was a goddess of chaos. That is true. She's mostly overshadowed by others, but she sparked the Trojan War, and Tartarus was a dark abyss where Zeus sent the Titans as a punishment. That is true. That is true. I used to be a very big Greek mythology kid. Well, mythology in general and all that. You know what I mean? So I already knew about Tartarus and Eris. I didn't know about that movie though. The movie is intriguing because obviously there's that theory, the Disney piece theory. And if you're saying that's a Disney, like I've never heard of the Sinbad movie. Sinbad movie. What showed up? Oh, this is okay. It's a DreamWorks movie. So it's like their Egypt movie, which is an amazing movie. Prince of Egypt, gorgeous movie. It's made by I guess it was made around the same time as well. But yeah, Eris is the goddess of chaos. I did not know about the Trojan War thing. That's cool. The more you know. I kind of want to see more reactions from Chopper when he got praised. Oh, you want to see more reaction from Chopper when he got praised. I get that. I get that because we're all used to cute little hula dance. Kind of like, no, stop, you know. I kind of, I kind of also expected that in a way, the little cutesy hula dance. But you know, he's getting all giddy. You know, it's a more realistic interpretation of it. You know what I mean? Like the hula dance is very, it's a gag. You know what I mean? But I think they're trying to make people really endeared to Chopper. Because let's be so for real right now, right? Let's be 100% for real. If Chopper looked bad, oh my god. It would have been horrendous. Horrendous if Chopper looked bad. Also, the music is way too loud. If Chopper looked bad, this would genuinely be one of the biggest fumbles Netflix ever did. Chopper is merch. Like, as much as I'm not trying to dismiss him as a character, right? Think about, like, Baby Yoda. Think about, like, Groot. These, like, weird, like not human, kind of small, kind of whatevers, right? These things are merch. Like, when did Baby Groot happen? When did that thing happen? Like, 5 years ago? Baby Groot. Hold on. Baby Groot. If I look up Baby Groot right now, Baby Groot movie. Was it the second Guardians movie? I don't know. But whatever, right? They're milking the crap out of Groot, right? And Groot, Baby Groot, was like, yeah, 2017. Bro, it's almost been 10 years of Baby Groot. And they're still milking Baby Groot. You know what I'm saying? And Baby Yoda, same thing. That's been a thing for forever. But they're milking it. And these are like live action CGI creature things, right? But obviously this has been a thing for forever. If Chopper can penetrate this market, oh my god. They have no idea how much money they're going to make. Like, there's a reason that Lilo and Stitch movie is one of the best selling movies right now. And it's not just nostalgia. It's because they love that weird little blue gremlin. They love it. And it's a live action version. So we got to see it, you know? And it looks good. It looks like it's actually the thing, but real. And you know what that means? You can make a marketable plushie. And again, this is not to slander Chopper. I'm not slandering Chopper. I'm purely talking about a marketing standpoint. If Chopper looked bad, the fumble would have been astronomical. Actually astronomical. Let me see. Drum Island is my favorite arc. Came to me at a perfect time with things going on in my life, and it just means so much to me. I'm very happy to hear that, Spencer. I think, well, I only hope the best for your Drum Island One Piece live action experience. I will be watching as well, but I'm not nearly as attached to Drum Island as you say it's your favorite arc. But I'm excited. I can't wait for people to see Drum Island for the first time, to hear, you know, when does a man truly die? You know, that the moments like this are like series defining moments. So I'm very excited for, you know, people to see the vision with stuff like that. Hoping for a real deer for Walk Point. I like Walk Point. That's fun. I think it's the same for Megan. That's why she responded like that. Yeah, Megan loves Chopper. I've talked to her about this before. I think I made like a group tier list of the Straw Hats, and you know, they put Usopp low, and I'm just like, yeah, what's up with that? But no, Megan loves Chopper. I'm not surprised that she reacted like happy, but she was like loving it. So I'm very happy that she got such an emotional feeling from it. The voice actress for Chopper live action voiced Floor from Guardians 3. I've not seen that movie. So I get the feeling she's going to pull off the emotional scenes during the flashback. Oh, that's a great compliment. Okay, so I've not seen Guardians 3. I saw the first two. I literally just brought up Baby Groot like seconds ago. I heard 3 was really good though. I just didn't end up seeing it. You know what? I think I will, because you mentioned that Chopper's in it. The VA is very experienced. Her voice is naturally high and thin, perfect for Chopper. I haven't seen anything she was in yet. Okay, well, you know what? Very experienced, and Guardians 3 sounds like a perfect alley-oop there. The Chopper stocks. That's really, I mean, it really is the Chopper stocks at the end of the day. Because if Chopper leads to more, I mean, again, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, right? I'm not trying to say Chopper isn't a character, but let's be honest here. I know the second, not even the second, bro, there's gonna be Chopper Netflix plushies out in Christmas time. They're revealing it early, so people see this scrunkly creature and are like, baby Chopper. Like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's inevitable. We as One Piece fans know that Chopper is used for merch. We know he is. And this is like penetrating a new audience, which is good. This is going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal, okay? If Chopper like really sticks the landing here, I cannot imagine what's going to happen in next year. I can't imagine it. The Chopper fans will rise, and I'll be like, good for you. Good for you, Chopper fans. I was scared when I saw his face. It was starting to look scary due to shadow. Honestly, I kind of get what you're saying. For me, it was the lips. The lips looks kind of strange. Lips look strange to me. She's starring in an upcoming James Gunn Superman movie. Really? I don't know why you put Joe. Oh, I guess. Oh, Joe. I haven't seen anything she was in yet. Joe. That makes sense. I hear that movie's going to be good. I mean, I know James Gunn makes good movies. I just don't. You know what? Actually, I don't know what I'm talking about. Guys, I saw The Batman 2 days ago. Holy shit. Dude, this movie is amazing. I was sleeping on it so hard because I wanted to see it. I wanted to see the movie. And it was great. It was actually great. Cause like I like Batman. I'm not gonna say I love him, but he's a really cool character. You know what I mean? He has a lot of, great storylines I've read, great characters, fun. It's fun. It's a cool series. And obviously I watched like The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises, and I saw the Penguin one with Danny DeVito, and I think Anne Hathaway was Catwoman in that one. But yeah, I watched those movies and I liked them. But like for a lot of the newer movies, I have not had any interest. Like genuinely, like Batman, Superman, I had zero interest. Because they kind of look boring to me. They kind of look boring. But the Batman was amazing. Like it felt like it was gorgeous. Like the visuals were amazing. It was like all these immaculate like sets that they're filming in. I was like, oh my god. Like Bruce Wayne's house. It was like this gothic like church. And then they were in a gothic church later on, which is stunning as well. And that club that Penguin works at, the fight scene that was insane. It was awesome. And the whole like through line of the dual plots, like I had no idea the Penguin was in this movie. I knew they made a show about the Penguin, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I had no idea the Penguin was in this movie at all. Zero idea. But he was great. He was great. I loved Robert Pattinson as Batman. I loved him. That's why I mentioned way earlier about the Robert Pattinson Batman. You know, that's the vision. He was great. The acting was great. Story was great. Acting was great. Visuals were great. Action was great. Like, this is just a good movie that you should watch. It's like 3 hours long, but it did not feel like 3 hours. It was very good. So high recommendation for me. Probably the best movie I've seen this year. Like, regardless of new or old, like it's new to me. So definitely watch it. It was amazing. Chopper merch is about to reach a whole new audience. Chopper is almost a bigger face in One Piece than Luffy. I mean, you're not wrong. You're really not wrong. Because obviously Luffy's the guy. He's the hero, you know? But Chopper, bro, there's a reason he's also on a lot of these Shonen Jump volume covers. It's because they love Chopper. They love keeping that Chopper on them. Call it Tony. That's what they love to do, you know? It's a lot. It's a lot of Chopper. It's a lot of Chopper. I'm just hoping, you know, we get some... I'm hoping the Chopper fanfare and love translates to modern, like, you know how when the live action was coming out in season 1, out of nowhere, we see Kuro in a cover story. We've never seen this dude in a cover story, ever. And we see him again when the live action is coincidentally out, right? That was cool. That was cool. It was a nice little, like, segue into what's next. Sorry, I'm going to make it a bit brighter. Nice little segue showing, like, oh, they're connected in a way. It was cool. It was cool. It made a very, like, transmedia genius marketing strategy. So, I mean, hey, if Chopper gets really popular in 2026, well, more popular, obviously, this dude is massive, even more popular, right? I would love to see a great character progression moment from Chopper in Elbaf. I would love that. I think that'd be awesome. Maybe it has something to do with finding a sort of cure for a cure for this Domi Reversey stuff, but I kind of doubt it. I don't know. Hello, Mel. Mel, I cannot play the trading card game right now. I'm sorry. I cannot right now. I'm locked in. I'm locked in on this fantastic chapter. And Choppa. You know, it's a good week for One Piece. And I can only imagine the anime episode was great this week as well. More Kuma baggage. I'm planning on doing a stream on Twitch sometime later, doing a bunch of One Piece episode watch throughs. So definitely make sure to follow the Twitch channel, which is also in the description. I've started using it somewhat more. I have not used it in like a month, but I want to start doing episode reactions on there because I want to watch this stuff, especially Kuma, because I love this little guy. So yeah, stay tuned for that. The link is in the description as always. How are they going to handle the of hero look? They better not cut it. Both words of the act are demonetizable. Yeah, true. And look at that. And look at that. Big up Sephaxis with the follow. Love that. Chopper has human teeth. That's why it looks a bit creepy. But for me, it's the right mix of kawaii, cute, realistic, and strange. Joe, you really hit it on the head. It was the teeth. The teeth made me really uncomfortable. I don't know what's up with the teeth. It was weird. The teeth were weird. I don't know, like, what about them? I think it was the human teeth. Like, there's the way you phrased it, human teeth. The teeth were weird. But hopefully I can get over that. But I mean, of course it's human teeth. Of course it is. And look at that. Invader Zach with the follow as well. Boom. I don't know how many followers are on Twitch. I'm going to be honest with you. How do you check that? I don't know. I think we're at 130. Wow. Look at that. I appreciate you guys for showing love. The Penguin TV show is based off the Batman was amazing as well. Yeah, I heard it was great. I have to watch it now. I have to watch it. Probably each episode's like an hour, so it's like probably at least 8 hours a peak. So I'm excited. I guess when we see the time skip arc in live action, I will be walking with a stick. I mean, honestly, if they get to the time skip, I'd be very impressed, because maybe by that time, One Piece will be over. You know, it's always 5 years, but, you know, I mean, that'd be sick. Which is your all-time favorite movies? Clementine, I really appreciate you asking me that. I do. For me, it's a bit difficult, because for me, it's like, it's hard to put away some stuff that's like nostalgic versus some stuff I know is like really good that I've seen recently as well. Without a doubt, one of my favorite movies is Sorry to Bother You. This stars Lakeith Stanfield as the lead, Cassius Green, and I absolutely love this movie. I saw it when I was in high school. I thought it was very funny, very well acted, has an incredibly unique aesthetic than any movies I've seen, especially at that point in my life. It was really cool, and I loved it. It was really cool. I would recommend you look up nothing about this movie. It was great. Love that movie. Sorry to Bother You. Really great movie. That is great. A more recent film I saw that I absolutely fell in love with was called A Taxi Driver. I have to emphasize it's called A Taxi Driver, not to be confused with the film Taxi Driver. It's a Korean film about a taxi driver who ends up getting into this insane situation. And I'm not going to tell you anything about it again, because I went into this film blind and was completely floored by the way the film delivered as it went on. Without a doubt, one of the best films I've ever seen. A Taxi Driver. Really great movie. I watched it in Korean as well, so I don't know if there's an English translation. I'm going to be honest with you, like with the voices, you know, like a dub. But it was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal movie. So those two immediately come to my mind when I think about my favorite, favorite films. If I'm thinking of some other ones, I absolutely loved Metropolis by Osamu Tezuka. It was from 2001. It was a phenomenal film. One of the best animated films I've ever seen in my life. Love the art style. I've been a fan of Tezuka's art style for many, many years of my life. I find his cartoonish stuff it works especially well when it comes to like harsh, gritty environments like Metropolis does masterfully. So I would definitely recommend that movie as well. There's one scene in specific that will probably be spoiled for you if you look up this movie. So I would recommend you don't look up this movie either. However, this is a lot more understandable since it's a remake of a pivotal film of science fiction filmography canon called Metropolis from the 1920s, I believe. It's not a remake, like a reimagining of the source material. Great movie. I'm trying to think of anything else. Those are three recommendations off rip that I would 100% be like, these movies are the movies that like I was like, wow. Like I watched these and I was like, something like, not something changed, but like I've never seen a film like that before, you know? Yeah, that's kind of there's three off the top of my head. What I'm also hoping to do is like these films are all based on like not like a long running series kind of thing. You know, these are mostly, you know, individual stories. Sorry to Bother You is a Taxi Driver, I'm fairly certain is actually based off of a real life situation. And Metropolis, albeit is a remake of a film, it's very different. I'm trying to think if there's one that's like, I'm not a big like horror movie guy, so I can't really give you much on that. I can give you a movie. I watched this movie rather recently, and I didn't expect much of it, but I enjoyed it quite a lot. It was called Stardust. It was from 2007. I watched it with a friend this week or a week ago, and I loved it. It was really fun, little action adventure. Nothing too insane. It was just really well made. So if you're looking for an action adventure kind of fantasy vibe, definitely look into that. It was pretty good. I would give it like a 7 or an 8. It was good. Maybe even a 9. You know, if you really get into it, you might like it a lot. But yeah, those are 3. I'll say those 3, and that's a recent film I just saw that I was like, ooh, that was fun. Anytime you mix realistic human features with inhuman things, it's very easy to come across as creepy. Natural human repulsion to such things. Yeah, Joe, I agree. It's the teeth. The teeth weird me out. The teeth weird me out. But I mean, he looks good. He looks good for the most part. It's just the teeth give me like a. He is meant to be creepy. He is. That's the whole point. So I guess they nailed it in a way. But he looks very soft and cuddly, and I would like to pet his hat. The hat looks very soft. I'm curious what he looks like without the hat in live action. Like, are they going to do that? Like how they do sometimes in the anime? That'd be cool. Definitely gonna be on my next Friday night movie time. Thanks, Kev. Well, hey, I appreciate you for asking. If you join the Discord down below, or ever in another stream, definitely let me know which one you saw and what you thought of it. I mean, that would be really cool. But with that, we're almost at the 2.5 hour mark. This is my longest stream in a long time. And this was obviously a fantastic chapter. We had a ton of people hop in, which is immensely appreciated. Like, I cannot express to you enough. I'll say it, right? Like, being a creator on Sunday, it's very difficult to be in the community. I feel sometimes it's very difficult because I have to not look at stuff. Not that I don't try to not look at stuff. Like, I avoid spoilers like the plague anyway, But it's hard sometimes because I feel as though I'm out of the loop on the conversations. I'm out of the loop on the theories and stuff like that. But this is a great stream because it's like there were a ton of people here. And it felt very cool, like, getting all the thoughts and stuff like that. With a fantastic chapter as well. I can't wait for next week. I can't wait. I'm very excited. I can't believe there's a chapter next week after what happened here, but maybe that means next week's only going to be better from here. And I thought this was a phenomenal chapter. So I have no idea what's going to come out of this. Hello, Mr. Saka. I think it was like an hour ago. Someone brought up, we got a collab again. I think it was Invader Zach. We definitely gotta Talk about the greatness that's going on here. The inky greatness. All right, I'm a bit farming with the inky fruit, but you know, yeah. I have not had a thought. I had a thought, but it's out the way. But yeah, it was very nice this stream because there were so many, you know, conversations. People kept bringing up new points, new theories, stuff like that. You know, and obviously I'm not going to agree with every single thing, but it was fun. You know, and that's always great. You know, I like being in the loop with the conversations. I love hearing what people think because having different points of view is what makes this series so fun. Because there's always a different thing you didn't think about. You might have think you thought of everything, but you never can. There's always some, you know, there's parallel thinking. There's not usually, but there is parallel thinking. That is a thing that exists in humans, but that doesn't happen all the time. And that's part of the great parts of art. You know, art allows us to see things in such different ways. I don't think Gear 5 Luffy is ready for Admiral. All right, Atul. Hopefully I pronounced your name right, first and foremost. I apologize if I didn't say it correctly. Firstly, I don't want to get into this right now. I don't want to get into this right now because I think the Yonko are stronger than the Admirals anyway. And Luffy beat Kaido. And I think Kaido is stronger than the Admirals. Except maybe Akainu. That's me. Now you could disagree, and that's fine. But I think Yonkos are stronger because to me that's how they have been raised in the story. Because Whitebeard took 3 admirals to beat him. That's how I thought. Anyway, I don't want to get into power scaling right now. There's obviously been quite a lot of power scaling over the past few chapters with the Gods Knights and all this stuff, right? I don't want to get too power scaly, but I'm very excited to see what comes next. We're probably gonna get Emu doing some crazy stuff. Ow. We're probably gonna get Emu doing some crazy stuff. Regardless, I'm trying to think. Sorry, I had a thought. Well, we can't get Gunko doing this whole plotline with Brook as long as they're possessed. So, unless maybe the way they're able to get out of Emu's like possession is through Brook, that would be cool. I would like that, actually. I would like that a lot. So, we got to continue the Gunko plotline, and especially this Loki Rocks flashback plotline. I need this so bad. We really need this. We really need this. Okay, now I'm going to look at the chat. Kev suited up for this one. Got too hot. Had to remove jacket. I have the jacket on still, actually. We're still suited up to the max. Yeah. You got OKC or Indy? Nah, the Pacers are going to keep up the pace, man. The Pacers are going to go crazy. I've been absolutely loving the Pacers. I find them funny and hype at the same time because the Pacers are such a lame team that I want them to win so bad. I think it would be hilarious if the Pacers beat the oh my god, the Thunder. I think it would be so funny if the Pacers beat the Thunder because it's just like they're the MVP team. They have the guy and they still lost. I think that would be hilarious. You know, unfortunately, you know, I did delay the Buggy Bash because I was waiting for something big in Elbaf. And I mean, clearly I am so glad I waited because whatever's going on right now, is going to be absolutely amazing. Whenever we get this break week, the Buggy Bash is going to hit so hard, because that's what I've been waiting for. I'm like, okay, Elbaf, I'm enjoying Elbaf. Don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying it. I'm liking Somers quite a bit. This is it. This is everything I wanted. I'm like, okay, Emu's here. Holy shit. Okay, Dorian Brogy are evil now. What's going on? Like, this is another just insane twist to the story of Elbaf, and I can't wait. So whenever this break week is, I will try my hardest to make Buggy Bash the break week, because oh my god, this is it. And unfortunately, the Buggy Bash, an integral part of the Buggy Bash is basketball discussion. It just happens to be the case every time. And that's all part of the fun. The Buggy Bash, anything can be talked about, especially the GOAT, Buggy D Clown. But, man, I'm so excited. And we got a chapter next week. I can't believe that. I genuinely can't believe. Like, there's no way he's going to do another chapter after next week, right? There's no way. Like, I can't imagine. They're going to kill Jarl? There's no chance. Like, I can't imagine it. OKC will be good for an eternity. Pacers might never get back to this point. I'm rooting for them for sure. Exactly. I'm also shocked there's no break. Give me time to make videos. That's so rude. Jarl will die of old age before the Giants get to him. Oh, God. So you're thinking the Giants getting to him is going to be like, oh, the kids are getting to the branch. Oh, the Giants are getting to him. So, Joe, the Pacers are a basketball team from Indiana who are insane underdogs. The Thunder are from Oklahoma City, hence OKC, who are very good. There's your breakdown. There. Man, this has been a very successful stream. We got quite a lot of people here. I would like to give a big shout out to Growth Stonks. I'd like to shout out Growth Stonks once again. That donation was very much not necessary, but greatly appreciated. And it's talking about the Emerald City. I need to tap into that video. I will do that later today. But oh, and I'm debating what day do you guys think I should do like the episode reactions, because I don't want to do it like immediately, because I know everyone does it. I know everyone does it on like the same day, like, oh, I gotta get it out as fast as possible. For me, it's like I want to watch it. I'm not trying to like I'm not trying to be caught in the algorithm like, oh, I need to watch it, I need to get it out as fast as possible. Like, no, I'm here for absolute cinema, okay? I'm here for Kuma baggage. That's what I'm here for. So I want it to be like a chill day. I'm thinking what I'm leaning towards. Maybe like, we don't really stream on Tuesdays. Maybe Tuesday? No. Maybe Wednesday. Maybe like a watch along Wednesday. I like that. That's satisfying. We'll do Wednesday. I like that. Something about watch along Wednesday, that calls to me. So let's say this Wednesday coming up, we're going to watch some One Piece. It'll be great. And I'll make it a ping in Discord server or whatever. Again, if any of you guys have any Discord server thoughts on like organizing and stuff like that, please let me know. Feel free to like DM me or whatever. It'd be greatly appreciated. Watched Severance season 1 and 2 recently. Very good. I have not watched Severance. I feel like I look like I should be in Severance right now. Like that one guy from Parks and Rec. I look like him. Not physically, but like I feel like I do. I don't even know his name. I watched that whole show. I don't know that guy's name. Ryan? Or is it that guy from The Office? I don't know. Parks and Rec Severance guy. Ben Wyatt. Bro, I never would have gotten that. Ben Wyatt? Adam Scott. If I had my hair more like coiffed to the side, it would look more like him. But you know. Oh my god. Alright, I'm loving this stream. We're 2 and 40 minutes, I think. It says it here. I'm not certain if it's delayed or early or whichever, but we're well over 2.5 hours. Again, longest stream I've done in quite a bit. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, if you are watching this somehow as a VOD up to this point, I greatly appreciate you. To all the people who are here and have yet to like the stream, I would highly appreciate you liking the stream because that helps with the algorithm. That would be greatly appreciated. Oh, we got some more messages. I love how Emu showed more of her power than Shanks. I mean, honestly, you're not wrong. Shanks definitely has some crazy stuff in the vault. I'm excited to see. You know, we know Griffin is a fire sword. We have no idea why it's a fire sword, but it is. So, shout outs to Shanks for constantly being on the out with us, you know, keeping us intrigued. Severance is basically the plot of Kingdom Hearts. Alright, Invader Zach, I'm going to be for real. This reference is not going to help. I know nothing about Kingdom Hearts except like everyone is Xehanort. That's all I know. I know very little about the series. So the plot of like a specific game, it's not good. I appreciate that you saw some of my references. You saw the vision, like with Babylon Garden. You saw the vision. I think it might have been that or WarioWare, one of the two. But regardless, you saw one of the visions, right? But Kingdom Hearts is that's like me seeing the red line. That's like the amount of I have no idea what's going on. This is daunting. I don't want to cross it. That's Kingdom Hearts to me. I also know Goofy gets hit by a rock, which is really funny. Do you think an eclipse will ever happen in One Piece? Because of the emphasis on the moon and the sun. Perhaps that's how Blackbeard plans to attempt to rule the world because of the fruit he has. Clementine, I love that idea. That's a really cool idea. For 2 reasons. I really like that idea. One, because of the Blackbeard thing, like you said, because darkness. You know, and speaking of Kingdom Hearts, it'd be dark then. No, I'm kidding. But I like that as well because obviously the Gorsei, now we know they're based on planets. And planets, you know, when planets are aligned, that could lead to an eclipse. And planets aligning to many cultures signifies like the end times or like a grand event to happen in history. So I like that idea a lot. I find it really novel. Another reason I think so is because I feel as though what Elbaf's mural is about is this idea of I think it was called the 5 Suns, the world of the 5 Suns, which is a Mayan kind of concept about how the world is reset and ended because of these apocalyptic events. And the Mayan calendar, obviously, is all about like the timing of the stars and stuff like that. And maybe the fourth world, whatever's going to happen post-Emu, will happen with a planetary event. That would be really cool. I actually really like that idea, Clementine. Oda needs to open the vault on Shanks and Dragon. That's real. That's real. We don't know what Dragon's up to either. He's staring. The second he turns his head, the wind just moves the planet completely. Real ones know KH. Who's KH? Is that like a person or like what's KH? I also know nothing about Kingdom Hearts. That Kingdom Hearts is so intimidating. I can't get into it. It's daunting. It's daunting, man. I love Final Fantasy. And Final Fantasy and Kingdom Hearts are like this. But all I know is that Kingdom Hearts doesn't like Final Fantasy IX, which is a goated game. So I don't think I could co-sign Kingdom Hearts. They like all the other Final Fantasies, you know. They're not like the other Final Fantasies, but they need the more realistic graphics Final Fantasy. But they see Vivi and they say no. That's what they say. And I'm not talking about One Piece. I'm talking about Final Fantasy IX. Alright. This is a fantastic stream. I could generally keep ranting, rambling, all that. But I feel like it's just going to be ranting and rambling. We have 9 rep. Are you serious? Are you serious? It's actually in Kingdom Hearts? Kingdom Hearts. Final Fantasy IX. Oh my god, Vivi is actually in Kingdom Hearts. Wow. Wow, I was flaming. I was actually flaming. I was like, they said no to Vivi. Okay. Wow. Not the goat, Zidane. Zidane Tribal is not. Not. Sorry, I saw a message in the chat. Let me see it real quick. My first stream here. It was awesome. Have a blessed day, Kev. Clementine, I appreciate you for stopping by. You had a lot of amazing chats. I'm glad you appreciated it. Vivi is in Kingdom Hearts 2 in Twilight Town. Isn't that like the start of the game? How have I not known this? How have I not known this? Vivi's friends with Cypher? What? 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 Bro, what? I think that like floored me. I literally... Why Cypher? Is it literally just Vivi? I'm looking at a deviant art picture, bro. I'm so cooked. Is that Kuja? Is that Kuja? Vivi doesn't get lines? No, it's not Kuja. Okay. Alright, I gotta get out of here. I'm going down a rabbit hole. This is a fantastic stream. I think this was one of the best chapter streams I've had. Knowing my luck, it'll be a suit next week as well. And honestly, I'm not really boiling right now. It just turned to be the start of June, so it's only gonna get hotter. But we are here. So I appreciate everyone for coming. I said that like 4 times, but hey, join the Discord, follow on Twitch. We're gonna do One Piece watch along Wednesday, whatever I'm gonna call it. We're doing that. And that's really it. Okay. Reminder, like I said, in a month I will be in California, Anime Expo, hanging out with a bunch of One Piece creators. Yeah, that'll be awesome. So, with that, I am looking forward to the future. We're starting off June with a banger chapter, so I can't imagine all of June won't also be bangers. So, let's hope for a break week. Let's get Buggy Bash. Let's get people talking. Because this was a fantastic stream. I think a creator collab stream would be cinema right now. So, great time capsule for what's to come for the greatness of Elbaf. So, with that, let's see if there's anyone we can redirect to. I don't think there will be, but we might as well check. There is not. Okay. There's not another person to redirect to. Expect Sabo. Oh, except. Wait. Except Sabo. I'm not impressed from any other Dragons commanders. Nah. You're sleeping on the legend, Koala. You're sleeping on the legend. She taught Robin Fishman karate. With that, Robin beat Black Maria. That's huge. That's a big deal. And of course, the legend, Moda the Milkmaid. Thank you all so much for coming. Subscribe and have a good one. Have a good rest of your day.